Have you noticed how many millionaires have one thing in common? Real estate? It's called the cornerstone of wealth, the gateway to financial freedom, and one of the most reliable paths to generational prosperity. But the real question is, how do you actually start? In this masterclass, I'll guide you step by step into real estate investing. Whether you're starting with little savings or expanding into larger properties, this will open your eyes to strategies, secrets, and mistakes to avoid. Along the way, I'll share real stories of everyday people, teachers, engineers, even students, who began with almost nothing and built wealth. By the end, you'll know exactly how to invest in real estate the smart way. Why real estate? Before the how, let's talk about the why. Why real estate and not stocks? Why property and not crypto? Consider Sarah, a teacher in her 30s. She saved for years, but inflation ate her money. Then she bought a small rental. That one decision turned her savings into a steady $800 a month, more than a decade of bank interest. Here are 4 reasons people like Sarah choose real estate. Cash flow. Rentals put money in your pocket monthly. Appreciation. Property values rise, growing your wealth. Leverage. Use other people's money to control bigger assets. Tax benefits. Depreciation and deductions reduce your bill. Imagine this. A $100,000 home with $20,000 down. A 10% value increase gives you $10,000 profit. Not on $20,000, but on the full $100,000. That's leverage at work. Types of real estate investments. Real estate isn't just buying a house to rent. Take Mike, an engineer who avoided landlord stress. Instead, he invested $1,000 in a REIT. Now he earns dividends from hotels and shopping centers he doesn't manage. Main types include residential, homes, duplexes, apartments. Commercial, offices, warehouses, shops. REITs, buy shares in real estate portfolios. House hacking, live in one unit, rent the rest. Short-term rentals, Airbnb style, higher returns but riskier. Each strategy fits different goals. Which one fits yours? How TO gets started, even with little money. And Jessica, a recent graduate. Steps to follow. Educate yourself, read, listen, learn, build credit and savings. Even small savings plus good credit works. Start small, single rental or house hack. Leverage partnerships. Team up with those who have time or money. Try REITs or crowdfunding. Start with as little as $500. The biggest mistake? Waiting for the perfect time. The best time to start was yesterday. The second best is today. How to find deals. Good deals come from strategy, not luck. Tom drove away. You can find deals by agents and MLS listings, networking and off-market opportunities, foreclosures and auctions, driving for dollars. Golden rule, don't buy because it looks nice. Always run the numbers. How to analyze a property. Smart investors calculate, not guess. David is angry. Use these. 1% rule. Rent equals 1% of purchase price. Cash flow. Income must exceed expenses. Cap rate. Aim for 5% to 12%. Cash on cash return. Profit versus cash invested. Numbers guide you. Emotions mislead. Financing your investment. Financing is the bridge between dreaming and owning. James, a veteran, used a VA loan with 0 down to buy his home. Years later, he turned it into a rental. His tenants now build his wealth. Finance options. Agreement. FHA, total. VA loans, 0 down for veterans. Hard money lenders, great for flips. Seller financing. The seller becomes the bank. You don't need all the money, just the right plan. Risks and mistakes to avoid. Real estate can create wealth or losses if you're careless. Hall learned the hard way. He bought in a high-crime area without research. Vacancies and repairs drained him. Lesson, you can fix a house, but not a bad neighborhood. Avoid mistakes like overpaying out of emotion, forgetting hidden costs, skipping neighborhood checks, having no emergency fund. Great investors think long-term, building a real estate empire. How do you grow from one property to many? Angela started with a condo. 3 years later, she refinanced, bought 2 more, then hired a manager. Today, She owns 12 units. Scaling requires systems. Hire managers. Refinance to unlock equity. Diversify markets. Network constantly. Each property is a stepping stone. Together, they build your empire. So, how do you invest in real estate? Start where you are with what you have. Learn, start small, run the numbers, then grow. Real estate isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. The homes you buy today could ensure your children and grandchildren live financially free tomorrow. The question is, will you take the first step? If this helped, like this video, subscribe for more wealth building content, and share it with someone who needs it.